In this video, we're going to talk about selling final expense life insurance in rural areas versus urban areas. Coming up after this. Hey guys, I'm Doug Massey, and when it comes time to choose what areas you're going to be selling final expense life insurance in, you're going to find out that there basically is rural versus urban. Personally, I like working a mixture of both. Now, when it comes to work in urban areas, the one thing that I do suggest is to try to stay away from the major metropolitan areas. Now, I know this isn't always the case, but here where I live in South Florida, I know that working in Fort Lauderdale or Miami is a lot more difficult to sell in as compared to maybe Fort Myers or Tampa. When it comes to work in urban areas, the one thing is that it's really nice to have all your leads in that same area or city. This makes it that much easier for you to actually get in front of more people, make more presentations, and potentially more sales. The one thing about working urban areas is that they are generally tougher. So personally, I like to be finished before 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon because that's when they start shooting. Now, when it comes to work in the more rural areas, things are spread out a lot more. So it actually makes it harder for you to see as many people as you would be seeing working in an urban environment. You're also going to find that it's a little bit tougher to get leads in the rural areas compared to the big city because there's just not as many people. So therefore, that makes it that much harder too. The one thing I love about working rural is that there's not nearly as many final expense agents running around. Most agents, they want to stay local. Generally, more people live in the city, so they want to work in the city because it's easier for them. And well, let's just face it, most final expense life insurance agents tend to be a little bit lazy. As with any industry, they look for the easiest way out. So they would rather work in their own backyard than drive 2 or 3 hours away to a more rural, less populated area to sell in. To me, great, no problem. Another thing about working rural areas is that I personally think that people tend to be a little bit less guarded, a little nicer, more polite, and therefore are easier to work with and deal with and sell to. An important note about working rural areas is that the placement and persistency tends to be better for me and my wife than it is in those urban areas that we do work. We also enjoy the drive in the country. It's nice and mellow and relaxing, especially to come home to, like you've had a long day, you're working, you're running around house to house, making your sales, and now it's time to take that 2-hour drive through the country home. That helps to mellow things out, and it's pretty nice. Well guys, I hope you got something good out of this video, and if you did, feel free to subscribe below. We're putting out new videos every single week. Happy hunting!